It's time for another Out of Bounds Rewind with Bo Bounds on ESPN 105.9, The Zone.
Let's talk Arch Manning. Archie Manning's grandson, Cooper Manning's son, now grabbing headlines. Obviously, Cooper went to Ole Miss. Archie Eli went to Ole Miss, but he looks like a national recruit at some point. Still only going into, help me out, Mike, the 10th grade. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right. Tell me what you know.
2023 recruit.
2023 recruit. What do you know about Arch Manning to date?
Haven't watched him. He's a lot like Grandpops in that he is a much more of a movement player than Eli and Peyton ever was. His game is similar to his grandpa. He's much more similar to Red than he is to Eli and Peyton. In that, man, he can move around, throws the ball well. He's accurate. He's smart. I'll tell you a story Arch tells me. This was maybe 4 years ago. We watching quarterbacks throw the football on the Thursday afternoon. And I see him coming around with the golf cart, and he says, "Get in." He said, "I need to show you something." And so I get in, and he wheels me around, and there's a kid with glasses on throwing to another young man. And he's arching this thing 35, 40 yards. I'm like, "Man, who is that?" He looks at me, he says, "That's my grandson." He says, "That's little Arch." And I'm like, "Whoa. Man, he can really throw the football." He said, "I'm going to tell you a story." He said he's playing football, organized football, and he said, "Mike, he's really, really good." And he says, he comes to me, he said, "Pops," he says, "can you give me some advice on playing quarterback?" And Arch was, man, Arch, listen, I'd like to, but, it's been a long time since old Red played quarterback. You might be better off talking, to Uncle Eli and Uncle Peyton about it than me. And Arch said, it finally popped in my head. He said, "You know what?" He says, "I'm going to tell you something." He said, "When you are the quarterback of the team, you have to take charge. You got to be in full control." So he said, most of that happens is when you're in the huddle, because you're going to have guys talking at you or talking to you, and you got to kind of put your foot down and tell them, "Hey, listen, I'm in charge here. This is what's going to be," and call a play. And he said, "Man," he said, "little Arch is listening. He said, I'm going on and on about it." So finally, he said, when I stopped, I said, that's first thing I can tell you about it." He said, "Pop," he says, "I don't think that's going to do me any good." Or I said, "Well, why not?" He said, "Because we call plays at the line of scrimmage." So Archie threw his hands up and said, "What the hell am I going to tell him?" At that stage, he's telling me we don't even have a huddle. So he said, "Man, I'm way beyond the par on that particular deal." But man, he is really, really gifted. I see what's happening with Coop to try to shield him from what I think is going to be the most highly recruited football player in the history of Louisiana high school football.
How about that?
I always thought nobody could beat Leonard Fournette. You'd go on the sidelines, and it was like a who's who of coaches. Last year, Newman played St. Charles Catholic. Archie had a speaking engagement. He had basically said, "I'm going to do," so he had to go to Atlanta, and they moved the game up because we were going to have bad weather on the Friday, so they moved it up to the Thursday. So Archie texted me and said, "Listen, if you go to the game, kind of keep me abreast of what's happening." I said, "Sure, I'll let you know what's going on." So the head coach at St. Charles Catholic, Frank Monica, is an old friend of ours, and Frank is also a counselor at the Manning Passing Academy. So Archie texted him and told him, said, "Frank, I'm not going to be able to go. I got a speaking engagement, and you moving up the game because of possible bad weather on a Friday. I'm not going to be able to attend." So Frank wrote him back, said, "Man, listen, safe travels, Archie." He said, if you get a chance, take little Arch with you too." That's typical Frank, and I'm telling you, he put on a show. Now, they lost the game because they gave up 2 touchdowns on special teams on run backs. But, man, he was great throwing the football. He's poised. He has gotten much bigger, much stronger. And it'll be interesting to watch his recruitment because, man, I can't see him going to LSU. And I know Coach O's been on him from day one. Somebody sent me a picture. They were at a 7-on-7 a year ago, and he had told me the day before, "I'm going to watch a little Arch." I was like, "Okay, I got you." And so somebody sent me a picture of him and Archie talking together, and then there's a golf cart, and there's Cooper and Archie and Coach O, Joe Brady, Steve Ensminger, and Mickey Joseph. And so I wrote the guy back. I said, "Go tell Bobby they can't put nobody else on a golf cart." But so, I get it. Who knows what's going to happen at Ole Miss by 2023? Success or non-success with Lane Kiffin. If you would assume there with Tennessee, I think they'll certainly be in the mix. 2 teams I would watch, and that would be Clemson, because of the great success they've had at quarterback, and also Archie's relationship with Dabo Swinney. And also Oklahoma, Lincoln Riley, quarterback whisperer. So it's going to be a national recruit situation for Arch. But in a year in Louisiana, where there's a quarterback from Zachary, Eli Holstein, who's a 6'3", 180-pound quarterback today, who's already been offered by LSU. I mean, so, man, he's going to turn out to be, he's going to be a big man one day. And Jai Eugene Jr. Now, the name's familiar. His dad was a former defensive back at LSU, Jai Eugene. And Jai Eugene Jr. is a left-handed quarterback at Destrehan High School, which is right up the road from where I live, and a power in high school football in Louisiana. They got 3 of them in the state.
Good.
All at the same time.
All nationally recruited QBs in the 2023 class, along with Arch Manning. That's incredible. And Mike may nail it. It may be Ole Miss, Clemson, Oklahoma, and LSU battle. I mean, there'll be some others, but that may be kind of the 4 in the game. Mike, thank you, buddy.
I can't see him going to Ohio State or Michigan, put it to you that way.
Don't miss one moment of the Out of Bounds Show with Bo Bounds. Weekdays, 7 a.m. till 10 a.m. on ESPN 105.9. The Zone.